The debate over Wall Street regulation this election comes down to paperwork regulation. Compared to Mitt Romney, President Obama wants a lot more of it. He says we need the rules and regulations put into place during his first term in office to keep Wall Street and the big banks accountable and to protect consumers.
After all we've been through, I don't believe that rolling back regulations on Wall Street will help the small businesswoman expand or the laid-off construction worker keep his home.
Mitt Romney wants to cut Obama-era and Bush-era regulations. He calls them red tape.
I get rid of Dodd-Frank and I get rid of Sarbanes-Oxley. It doesn't mean that I don't want to have any law or any regulation. It means I want to make sure it's modern, it's updated, it goes after the bad guys, but it also encourages the good guys.
Two laws are at issue here, Dodd-Frank and Sarbanes-Oxley. Dodd-Frank is the signature financial reform of President Obama's first term. It set up the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau to write new rules to prevent fraud and unfair lending practices. It aims to put an end to too big to fail, monitoring threats, and stopping another financial crisis. Sarbanes-Oxley was a response to a different crisis, the Enron accounting scandal of the early 2000s. The law set up stricter accounting rules for companies of all sizes. Critics say it drives up costs for smaller businesses and restricts growth. Mitt Romney said this spring he wants to repeal Sarbanes-Oxley, but since then, he said he just wants to amend it. On the other hand, Romney wants to completely get rid of Dodd-Frank. He said he'd replace it with something called a streamlined, modern regulatory framework. So what does this all mean to you, to small businesses, to big banks? We spoke to one banker here in New York who lends to small business, and he says, Romney, Obama, it's all the same.
There's a lot of agreement between the two sides. It's just a question if we believe that if you don't bring back business by lending them money, it's not going to happen. The economy will not change.
On the other hand, Krauss says small businesses do need to be treated differently.
You can't apply the same rules to a mega company and then you apply it to a small company. It can't be. There has to be a balanced kind of focus which would help smaller entities or smaller financial institutions to save costs.
It's true, regulations do cost time and money, and smaller businesses have less of both. Under Mitt Romney, they might save some time and money, but it's not entirely clear what Romney-era regulations would look like. Barack Obama wants time for his reforms to take full effect and for the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau to continue writing rules and protecting consumers. So, will it be this or will it be this? Just another one of those decisions you'll make when you step into the voting booth this November. Ali Velshi, CNN, New York.